In this week's episode, we've got a rather filthy Audi A4 convertible to give a deep clean. And by popular request, we've got some rather good microphones. So you're now going to get that ASMR vibe with all the different noises and sound effects from the different procedures as we're carrying out this clean. So we've had worse on the channel, but this is Audi needs a little bit of TLC. As we can see, the roof's been sort of attempted to be cleaned in the past by someone, hence why it's got the lines everywhere. But it's pretty disgusting. Behind the number plates, it's got all this horrible old sticky number plate residue where they've bonded them on. The engine bay needs a good get at. In general, it's just a bit grubby. It's not the worst car in the world, but it definitely needs getting at before it's put back up for sale again. So with the main centre of the engine cleaned by hand, because it's got those electrical coil packs there and a sort of injectors or wiring harness, what I've done is I've just put a drying towel over there to keep that area clean and dry. So when I wash the rest of the engine bay, it sort of stops any water ingress going in there. And if you're wondering what all the droning noise in the background is, it is actually aeroplanes. So I'm not a million miles away from an airfield, and for some bizarre reason the weather was very good this day, and they were out in mass. There was lots of little training aircraft going around, and we even had a helicopter come across and they inspect the power lines these ways with them, so they were doing that as well. Once the engine bay is fully washed, I'm going to use some Car Pro Pearl. This is a universal dressing. It's very good. I've diluted this 1 to 3. And what I'm going to do is you can spray this either on the engine bay dry or while it's still wet, so either application here. And what that's going to do is once the water content evaporates out of that, it'll leave like a really nice satin finish and make the vehicle look like almost how it would have left the factory. So once this rather disgusting boot shut's finished, we can now look at that rather green and mouldy roof. So what I've done here is given it a nice decent soaking with the all-purpose cleaner. I'm just using a stiff brush to go back and forth and work around all the edges and the seams where the roof joins together. It's always important to sort of don't go cross-hatching, so one direction and then against yourself, because some of these roofs have a pattern and it's almost like a grain, like a piece of wood. So you need to make sure you get good coverage either side, so you're going to really drive that dirt out of the fabric. One of the biggest concerns when cleaning a used convertible is the roof going to operate correctly? Now, you'll see me looking a little bit pensive in the rear view mirror, making sure this thing doesn't bind up or break, but in fairness, this one works absolutely perfectly. And once it's all folded away, we can look to do the inside. It wasn't too bad in this car. I've given it a quick vacuum clean, and then I've gone on to obviously doing the seats. Bit of all-purpose cleaner here, and then I've used a combination of an interior brush around the edges, sort of to get in between the really sort of crevicey part of the seats. The front bit pulls out as well, because it's got the sports seats interior, because it's an S-line. Then I'm going to go over with a scrub it pad, just get any of the surface dirt. I'll rinse out a nice warm clean microfiber in some water, and I'll just wipe all the dirt off the surface. You'll also notice when the airline's introduced on the camera, the amount of dirt it can really drive out of those edges of the seats where you just can't quite get everything out. It's very good for sort of removing that really ground in, bound in stuff out of sort of the stitching and area of where the seats join. Now it would appear that the alloy wheels were refurbished probably within the last year, I would guess, and they've been done in gunmetal grey, which looks quite nice. Only problem is this centre cap and the wheel nut covers look awful, so we're going to give those a bit of a tidy up. Now ordinarily, as we can see, these caps were originally like a grey colour, but because the wheels have been painted grey, they get washed out and you can't see them as well. They can come in black, so what I've done here is just recondition them in black paint, and when we pop them back on, it'll stand out a little bit more. And as I said, these centre caps just look really tired. So what I've done here is just get some metal polish and a little bit of zero grade wire wool, same I've used on the exhaust tips. I've just gone around the edges and spent a bit of time just giving them a good clean. Now there is some pitting, as we can see, the chrome's been slightly damaged, but overall it's a massive improvement and you're never going to see that when they're put on the car. So my choice of tar and glue remover is by G-Technic. It's an extremely good product. Spray it on, leave it for about 5 minutes, as we see on the accelerated time. It starts to really eat into that tar, and then we can remove it with a soft cloth. Some areas might need a little bit more attention, as we'll see on camera in a minute, but overall it's very good at getting it off. The only thing I would say is this stuff is extremely stinky, and it's quite solvent based. You're going to need to be using it in a well ventilated area. I'm using a mask as well. It really is quite potent, but it's very effective. So what I'm using here is something called a toppy wheel, and they're very good at removing sign writing or things like this foam sticky double-sided tape from the number plates around. So what this is going to do is remove the foam element of it. It'll leave a bit of the glue residue afterwards. We'll just go over with cloth and some of that tar and glue remover, and then leave it ready, nice and clean, for the number plate to be fitted back on again. So now we've machine polished the car, we've also gone over here with some Kosh Chemie spray sealant, which is going to protect this vehicle for about 3 or 4 months. So it's a simple case now of going around with some touch-up paint and doing little things like in the door shut here, front bumper, bonnet, anywhere else, so I can see any sort of marks. And once that's complete, we can look to take the car outside and do a quick before and after. So this one's turned out pretty good. It wasn't that bad to start with, but it's little things like doing the wheel centre caps and the nut covers, touching the paint in and giving that engine bay a thorough clean over to make this car look like the prestige vehicle it is. And next week we've got something a bit different. We've got this 20-year-old Peugeot Boxer van, which is going to be a bit of a challenge. As we can see, the roof's disgusting. We're going to be doing the cab on it as well and really giving this van a real good sort of makeover. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.